Alright, so this is video number 3 about swings. Video number 3 about swings. In this, we are gonna perform kettlebell swings with 2 hands, but we also have 2 kettlebells. You must have noticed me breathing from my mouth, exhaling and inhaling both in my previous videos while I'm performing swing. That is just to reinforce the point that I've read long back in the manual of American Council on Exercise, that when you're at rest you are inhaling around 5 liters of air, but when you are training you are inhaling around 25 liters to 30 liters of air. So to be able to inhale that volume, you have to learn to breathe from mouth, and there's nothing wrong in it, but definitely it would not be very appropriate for you not to be able to breathe through your nose if you're forcing yourself and not getting the enough oxygen that you're looking for, okay, or your tissues want to perform the activity, okay? So I hope that helps. For kettlebell, double arm, double bell swing, everything remains same like you have seen in previous videos. You will see that I'm standing away from the bell, as mentioned in my first video of kettlebell swing, double hand, so that I can get into swing straight away. How much space do I want between my legs so that 2 kettlebells can pass this time? How low the kettlebell has to go? Right underneath my pelvis. Where do we initiate the movement from? Primarily from hip and knees, full extension when the bells go up. How high do bells need to travel? Based upon the force production of your hip and knee. Not necessarily you will have to lift the kettlebells or kettlebell from your shoulder, but definitely you have to make sure that you produce enough force for the bells to travel high enough. And like I said, it is based on how much force you produce from your hip and your lower extremity and your knees. Alright, so there's one more thing about this stance that I want to teach you. A lot of good kettlebell athletes have this tendency of opening their knees when they swing the bell. So they actually don't have enough space between their legs, but they can turn their knees out while swinging the bell, and the bells pass through and they bring those knees back. There are other type of athletes which stand already in a longer stance, wider stance, and they swing the bell without moving the knees in and out. I'll give you example of both. So first I'll give you example of turning the knee out while standing in a narrow stance. So a lot of athletes do this. So narrow stance and the bells are gonna go past, look. So I'm turning my knees out, look, so that bells can pass through. Okay? Whereas if I was already standing in a wider stance, then I was standing in, I don't have to make that movement while I'm swinging the bells because there's enough space already. Right? So that is up to you which stance suits you, because not necessarily one type of method is appropriate for everybody. We are different people, we have different bodies, we have, different anthropometries, so based upon that you'll have to adjust your stance. So pick the one that suits you the most, that keeps you efficient. Back to swing, I'm going to show you 10 reps of swings, double arm, double bell, alright, and the breathing remains same as I started the video with. So 10 reps. You would also be able to observe my stance that I use to perform swings. Right? I'll give you 5 reps from side, so you can see that I'm not forcing kettlebell with my shoulders to travel higher. I'm letting them be based on the power production, force production of my hip and my knees or my lower extremity. See. Hope this helps.